Imagine ending your day like any other night. You read a book, brush your teeth, say goodnight to your family. Everything feels normal. But then, without warning, you never wake up. That's exactly what happened to Leonard, a 73-year-old grandfather who had no known heart issues, no recent illness, and no complaints of discomfort. He simply didn't wake up. His family was heartbroken, and more than that, they were shocked. How could someone who seemed perfectly fine pass away so suddenly in their sleep? The answer, while chilling, lies in what we do or don't do before bed. As we age, our bedtime habits become more important than we realize. The choices we make in the final hours of the day can deeply impact our heart, brain, and overall longevity. In this video, we'll talk about 4 dangerous bedtime habits that many seniors still follow without knowing the risks. These habits are more common than you think. By the end, you'll know what to avoid and what to do instead to protect yourself or someone you love. Especially make sure you watch until the last point, because it's the one most overlooked, yet potentially the most dangerous. Let's begin. Habit 1. Eating heavy meals late at night. For decades, Benjamin, age 75, stuck to a routine that brought him comfort. Every evening around 9 p.m., he would enjoy his favorite meal, a hearty stew with slices of warm bread and a steaming cup of black tea. It was a tradition that felt familiar and calming. But over time, his restful nights began to change. He started waking up in the early hours of the morning, sometimes coughing from heartburn, other times with a strange pressure in his chest that left him restless and unsettled. What Benjamin didn't realize was that this seemingly harmless habit had become a quiet danger. As we age, our digestive systems naturally slow down. Our metabolism isn't what it once was in our 30s or 40s. The stomach takes longer to break down food. The intestines move slower, and the body overall becomes less efficient at processing large meals, especially late at night. A tradition like Benjamin's, once comforting, can become a risk factor hiding in plain sight. Eating heavy meals close to bedtime is particularly problematic for people over 70. Large portions put extra pressure on the digestive system, causing acid to back up into the esophagus. This leads to acid reflux, a condition that not only causes discomfort, but is also linked to more serious problems, like chronic inflammation of the throat, and even an increased risk of respiratory complications if acid is aspirated during sleep. Over time, repeated reflux can damage your airways, irritate your lungs, and contribute to conditions like sleep apnea or aspiration, pneumonia, especially dangerous for older adults. Additionally, heavy meals can affect heart health in unexpected ways. When the digestive system is working overtime, it diverts blood flow and energy from other parts of the body, placing added strain on the heart. This can elevate blood pressure at night, disrupt your natural sleep cycle, and increase the risk of cardiovascular events, especially in those already dealing with hypertension or heart disease. It's a hidden chain reaction that begins with a full plate and ends with a restless and potentially risky night of sleep. Let's not forget sleep itself. The body needs to cool down and slow down in the evening to enter restorative sleep. But when you go to bed full, your body is still in active mode. Your liver is processing nutrients, your pancreas is producing insulin, and your gut is churning through the workload. As a result, deep sleep becomes elusive. Instead of drifting into restful slumber, you stay in lighter stages of sleep, waking up more often and feeling groggy in the morning. To protect your health, experts recommend eating your final full meal of the day, at least 3 to 4 hours before you go to bed. This allows enough time for your stomach to process food before you lie down. If you're someone who gets a bit hungry before bedtime, that's okay, just choose a small, light snack instead of a full meal. A banana, a piece of whole grain toast, a few almonds, or a small serving of unsweetened yogurt are all great options. These foods are gentle on the stomach, provide essential nutrients, and won't interfere with your body's ability to rest. Equally important is what you eat: fatty, fried, or spicy foods, as well as those high in refined sugar, are more likely to trigger heartburn, cause blood sugar spikes, or lead to bloating, all which can disturb your sleep. For older adults, especially those managing diabetes, high blood sugar levels at night can pose serious complications. A well-balanced dinner: think baked fish, steamed vegetables, and a serving of brown rice is far easier for your body to digest and won't send your insulin levels into overdrive. Some people believe that skipping dinner entirely might be better, but that's not necessary unless advised by your doctor. It's about smart timing, mindful portions, and choosing the right types of food. You want your body to focus on repair and restoration during sleep, not digestion and damage control. If you've been struggling with restless nights, nighttime chest discomfort, or early morning fatigue, look closely at your dinner habits. Sometimes the solution isn't in new medication or sleep. Aid that's on your plate. Habit 2. Drinking too much liquid before bed. Hydration is often hailed as one of the most important keys to health, and rightfully so. Drinking enough water helps your organs function properly, keeps your joints lubricated, aids in digestion, and even improves your mood and energy levels. But what many people don't realize, especially after age 70, is that when you hydrate matters almost as much as how much you drink. Drinking too many liquids late in the day can have serious consequences on both your sleep and your safety. Take Esther, for example, a 79-year-old woman who was proud of her health habits. Every day, without fail, she drank 8 to 10 glasses of water, but she often forgot to hydrate earlier in the day. So by the time evening rolled around, she found herself trying to catch up by drinking multiple glasses between dinner and bedtime. Her intentions were good, but the results were troubling. Esther began waking up several times a night with an urgent need to use the bathroom. One night, in a sleepy rush to make it in time, she lost her balance in the dark hallway, fell, and fractured her hip. It was a painful injury that required surgery, followed by months of recovery and rehabilitation. Sadly, Esther's story is not unique. In fact, nighttime falls are one of the leading causes of hospitalization among seniors in late-night bathroom. Trips are often to blame. As we grow older, our bodies go through changes that make nighttime urination more frequent and more dangerous. The bladder's ability to hold urine weakens with age, and the kidneys continue filtering fluids even while we sleep. On top of that, many seniors take medications that act as diuretics, which further increase fluid production. The result? A condition known as nocturia, or the frequent need to urinate during the night. For some, this means waking once or twice. For others, it's 5 or 6 trips that interrupt sleep and increase risk. But it's not just about the inconvenience of waking up. One of the biggest dangers comes from a phenomenon known as postural hypotension, sudden drop in blood pressure when going from lying down to standing up. This causes dizziness, blurred vision, and even fainting. Combine that with a dark room, a sleepy brain, and maybe a bit of stiffness in the legs, and you have a perfect storm for a dangerous fall. And here's where the issue deepens. Disrupted sleep isn't just a short-term problem. Research has shown that consistently poor sleep contributes to a faster decline in cognitive function. Seniors who experience regular interruptions to their sleep cycle are at a greater risk of developing memory problems, confusion, and even dementia over time. The brain needs deep, uninterrupted rest to clean itself, form memories, and stay sharp. Without it, even your best daytime habits might not be enough to keep your mind strong. So what can be done? Fortunately, the solution is both simple and powerful. Start by front-loading your fluid intake. Make it a habit to drink most of your water during the first half of the day between waking and mid-afternoon. After that, begin tapering off. By evening, your body should be winding down, and so should your hydration. This gives your system time to process fluids and reduce the need for middle of the night bathroom trips. If you find yourself thirsty in the hours before bed, opt for small sips rather than a full glass. And be especially cautious with beverages that act as natural diuretics. Caffeinated drinks like coffee and black tea, as well as alcoholic beverages, increase urine production and irritate the bladder. Even carbonated drinks and citrus juices can trigger nighttime urgency or bladder discomfort. A better alternative? Try calming, bladder-friendly herbal teas such as chamomile, peppermint, or lemon balm. These can promote relaxation and even help with digestion, especially when consumed in small quantities. Be sure the tea is caffeine-free and avoid sweeteners that may stimulate instead of soothe. Environmental adjustments are equally important. If you absolutely must get up during the night, safety becomes your next priority. Install night lights or motion sensor lights along your path from bed to bathroom. Avoid clutter, loose rugs, or anything that might cause tripping. Consider using a walking stick or bedside support handle to steady yourself. Even keeping slippers with non-slip soles by your bed can make a difference. Lastly, if you're taking medications, especially for blood, pressure, or fluid retention, consult your doctor about the best time of day to take them. Some medications may contribute to nocturia, and shifting their schedule earlier in the day could reduce nighttime disturbances. Drinking water is vital to your health, but the timing must evolve with your age. By managing when and how much you drink, you'll not only improve your sleep, but also lower your risk of dangerous nighttime falls and long-term cognitive issues. Remember, your night should be for deep rest, not frequent trips and risky awakenings. A few simple changes in your routine can lead to safer, more peaceful nights and healthier, sharper days. Habit 3. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. Everyone loves to feel safe, cozy, and tucked in at night, especially as we get older. There's comfort in bundling up under layers of soft blankets or setting the thermostat to a warmer setting. But what many people don't realize is that a bedroom that's too warm can quietly rob you of quality sleep and even put your health at risk, especially after 70. Take Gloria, age 72. For years, she slept with her thermostat set to 75 degrees, wrapped in a thick blanket with flannel pajamas. She loved the warm, snug feeling. But night after night, she began waking up drenched in sweat, her heart racing, her mouth dry. She chalked it up to age or maybe anxiety. But when she spoke to her doctor, she was surprised to learn that the warmth she craved was actually disrupting her sleep in more ways than one. As we age, our body's ability to regulate temperature declines. The internal thermostat becomes less responsive, meaning that we don't sweat or cool down as efficiently as we did when we were younger. What might feel slightly warm to a younger person can quickly become overheating for a senior. When your body struggles to cool down during the night, your heart has to work harder, your breathing may become shallower, and your sleep cycle can be severely interrupted, all without you fully realizing it. Poor sleep, especially the kind caused by overheating, is linked to increased risks of heart disease, nighttime dehydration, and even impaired brain function. Seniors who consistently sleep in overly warm environments report higher rates of restlessness, nighttime awakenings, and early morning fatigue. They also tend to have a harder time entering deep sleep, the phase where the body does most of its healing and repair. Let's also talk about dehydration. Warm rooms, especially those without good airflow, can cause you to lose more fluids while you sleep. You might not feel thirsty, but you could still be losing moisture through your skin and breath. This mild dehydration may not seem like a big deal, But over time, it can lead to thickened blood, slower circulation, an increased risk of nighttime blood pressure spikes or even blood clots. Experts suggest keeping your sleeping environment between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. This range helps your body cool down naturally, signaling to your brain that it's time to sleep. This drop in body temperature is essential for triggering melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. If your room is too warm, melatonin production may drop, making it harder to fall and stay asleep. If lowering your thermostat sounds uncomfortable, there are gentle ways to help your body adjust. Try using breathable, lightweight blankets made from natural fabrics like cotton or bamboo. These allow for better airflow and wick away moisture if you do get warm. Avoid electric blankets or space heaters close to the bed, which can create hot spots and increase the risk of overheating. Taking a warm bath or shower about an hour before bed can also help. While it may seem counterintuitive, the warm water raises your body temperature slightly, and as your body cools afterward, it naturally signals your brain to prepare for sleep. This mimics the body's natural circadian rhythm and can actually help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Minimize electronic devices near your bed. TVs, tablets, and phones not only emit blue light that suppresses melatonin, but they also generate heat that can raise the temperature around you without you noticing. If you've been waking up during the night sweaty, parched, or uncomfortable, don't just assume it's age or hormones. Consider the temperature of your room. Overheating while sleeping is more than just a discomfort. It's a signal your body is giving you that something isn't quite right. Even something as simple as cracking a window, using a ceiling fan, or switching to lighter bedding could make a huge difference. Better sleep leads to better energy, sharper thinking, and a stronger immune system. All things that become increasingly important as we grow older. So tonight, before you head to bed, check your thermostat. Open a window if the weather allows. Swap that heavy comforter for a light, breathable blanket. And see how just a few degrees cooler might lead to deeper, more restful, and ultimately safer sleep. Habit 4. Sleeping in the wrong position. When you think about getting a good night's sleep, you probably focus on things like how soft your mattress is, or whether your blanket keeps you warm. But there's something even more important that often gets overlooked: the position you sleep in. For seniors, especially those over 70, your sleeping position can make a big difference in how your body functions overnight. It can affect your breathing, heart health, digestion, and even your risk of serious health complications. Let's look at Martin's story. Martin, age 76, was a lifelong back sleeper. He found it comfortable and natural. But over time, his wife started noticing something concerning. Martin would pause in his breathing, sometimes for several seconds, followed by gasping or snoring loudly. At first, they thought it was harmless snoring. But after a particularly restless night, they decided to talk to a doctor. And that's when Martin was diagnosed with sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a condition where your breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep, often without you knowing it. And for seniors, it's especially dangerous. It puts strain on the heart, raises blood pressure, and is strongly linked to strokes and heart attacks, particularly when it goes untreated. What many people don't know is that your sleep position can either make sleep apnea worse or help prevent it. Sleeping on your back causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to fall backward, partially or completely blocking the airway. This makes breathing more difficult and puts extra stress on your lungs and heart all night long. Even if you don't have diagnosed sleep apnea, sleeping on your back can lead to shallow breathing, poor oxygen circulation, and restless sleep. It can also worsen acid reflux, which is already a common problem among seniors and can further disturb your sleep and affect your heart health. Now, let's consider another issue: circulation. As we age, blood flow naturally slows, especially in the extremities. Lying on your back for long hours or in an awkward position can reduce blood flow to the legs and feet, increase fluid buildup, and cause swelling or tingling sensations. Over time, this poor circulation can contribute to serious conditions like congestive heart failure or chronic leg pain. So what's the best sleeping position for seniors? Experts agree, sleeping on your left side is the healthiest position, especially as you age. It helps improve circulation, reduces pressure on the heart, and even aids digestion. For those with acid reflux or GERD, sleeping on the left side prevents stomach acid from traveling up the esophagus, which makes for a more comfortable night and protects the throat and lungs from long-term damage. Sleeping on your left side also helps your lymphatic system, which is responsible for flushing out toxins from the body. Studies show that the lymphatic drainage system works more efficiently in this position, which may reduce inflammation and improve overall immunity, something seniors especially benefit from. If you're someone who has always slept on your back or stomach, changing sleep positions can feel difficult at first. But there are ways to make it easier. Try using a body pillow to support your side and keep you from rolling over during the night. Place a small pillow between your knees to help with spinal alignment and reduce pressure on your hips and lower back. Choose a medium firm mattress that supports your body without allowing you to sink too deeply, which can throw off your alignment. If you have trouble staying on your side, use rolled up towels or soft barriers behind your back for gentle support. Now, what about sleeping on your right side? While it's better than sleeping on your back, it does put a bit more pressure on your heart, especially for those with existing heart conditions. That's why the left side is generally recommended as the safest and most beneficial position for older adults. Let's go back to Martin. After adjusting his sleep position with a body pillow and slightly elevating his head with a wedge pillow, his wife noticed a huge difference. The snoring reduced. The gasping stopped. He woke up feeling more rested, alert, and full of energy. All because of one small change, how he slept. One last thing to consider is your pillow. A pillow that's too flat can lead to neck strain and a partially closed airway. One that's too thick can force your neck into an unnatural angle. The best pillow keeps your head aligned with your spine while supporting your neck comfortably. Look for orthopedic or adjustable pillows designed for side sleepers. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, take a moment to reflect on how you sleep. It might not seem like a big deal, just a matter of comfort, but for seniors, it could be a matter of life and health. Changing your sleeping position could help you breathe easier, sleep deeper, and reduce your risk of nighttime complications that often go unnoticed. It's a simple shift with powerful results. And the best part? It's something you can start doing tonight. Final thoughts. When Leonard passed away in his sleep, it seemed sudden, unexpected, and tragic. But as we've uncovered in this video, many of these nighttime dangers give warning signs, and they're rooted in everyday habits that can be changed. Each bedtime routine may seem harmless on its own. Eating late, sipping a little too much water, keeping the bedroom cozy and warm, settling into your usual sleeping position. But after the age of 70, the body becomes more sensitive to these small decisions. What once felt normal can now strain your heart, disturb your breathing, or increase your risk of nighttime emergencies. The good news is this: change is possible, and it's never too late to make better choices for your sleep and your health. In fact, the steps you take tonight could add days, months, or even years of wellness to your life. Start with awareness. Look closely at your current routine. Are you eating late out of habit? Could your last glass of water be causing sleep disruptions? Is your bedroom too warm? Or are you sleeping in a position that could silently harm your breathing? Then make small, intentional changes. Shift dinner to an earlier hour. Taper off liquids by early evening. Turn the thermostat down slightly. Try sleeping on your side. These adjustments are simple, free, and within your control, and they might just save your life. Remember, your sleep isn't just about rest. It's your body's time to repair, to heal, and to prepare you for the next day. And when you protect that time, you're doing more than just avoiding risk. You're choosing a better future. If you're caring for a loved one, these tips are just as important. Often, older adults don't notice these risks, or they feel too set in their ways to change. But a gentle conversation, a new pillow, or a warm reminder to eat dinner earlier can go a long way in protecting someone you love. So tonight, take a moment to reflect. What's one thing you'll do differently before bed? Thank you for spending this time with us. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Wishing you safe, sound, and healing sleep, now and always.